Welcome to you in the Department of English once again. At the last video, we studied the first part of just phonetic symbols and transcription part 1, which we have already studied. And in this lecture, we are going to study the phonetic symbols and transcription of it. So especially in the last video, we studied the transcription as well as the symbols of vowels and consonants. And in this video, we are going to study about the symbols and transcription of consonant sounds. So here is the lesson plan for you, in which way we are going to study this video. So first of all, the first point is what is consonant. The second one is to identify whether the sound is voiced or voiceless. Because while studying vowels, we studied that all vowels are voiced sounds. But consonants can be voiced or can be voiceless. So in this video, we are going to study what is voiceless sound and what is voiceless sound. The third one is that relates to the classification of sounds. And what is this classification? That means the place of articulation and manner of articulation. Actually, the place and manner of articulation is not for your study, but it is for your more understanding. Okay, the next is the phonetic symbols of consonant sounds, and the last one is related to the transcription. Okay, so we'll make the practice of transcription section, and in this transcription section we'll study the vowels, consonants as well as the diphthongs. So now before watching this video, you should be familiar with certain terms. That is known as the place of articulation. So here I have given you the certain we can say place of articulation of consonants, just like the bilabial sound. So what is bilabial sound? That is the sound in the articulation of which the two lips plays a major role. While the next one is alveolar. Alveolar is the sound which is produced with the tip or blade of the tongue, which is in the last video I gave you what is blade and tip of the tongue, against the teeth ridge. It means the sounds which is produced with the help of either blade or the tip of the tongue against the teeth ridge. The next is labiodental sounds. And what is the lower lip against the upper teeth. So this sound is produced with the help of these two articulators, that is the lower lip and upper teeth. For example, fur, lower lip and upper teeth. The sound is known as labiodental. The next one is that is the dental. And what is the dental sound? Dental sound is the sound which is made of tip of the tongue with the against the upper teeth. Next is palatoalveolar sound. So what is this palatoalveolar sound? That is tip of the tongue or the blade of the tongue. It is very close to the teeth ridge. So teeth ridge is also known as alveolar ridge. Then the next one is the velar. What is velar? That is back of the tongue against the soft palate. And the last one is the glottis. When the glottis are open and the sound is made, is known as the glottis. So these are, we can say, the place of articulation. While studying because my third point is classification of sounds. So in the classification, we classify the consonants in different ways. just like whether the sound is voiced or voiceless. We can classify the sounds on the parameters of place of articulation. That means where the sound in our mouth cavity, where the sound is created, is produced, and manner of articulation. What is manner? Manner means in which way, how the different organs of our body or the articulars played role, and whether there is a complete closure or partial closure, and how the air stream escapes. It is known as the manner of articulation. So this is about classification of sounds. Now I come to the first point, and what is it? That is what is consonant. So in the last video we studied what is vowel, and in this video we are going to learn about what is consonant. So before it, we have classified, in the last video we studied that there are 44 sounds. That is IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet, just defined or produced 44 symbols for 44 sounds. And among these 44 sounds, 12 are known as pure vowels, which we have already studied. There are 8 diphthongs or vowel glide, which we have already studied it. And now in this video, we are concerned with the consonants only. So there are 24 consonants. Okay. So these consonants, again we can divide these consonants by using the different parameters, just like the place of articulation and manner of articulation. As far as the manner of articulation is concerned, out of these 24, 6 are just the plosive sounds. Then 9 are the fricative sounds. There are 2 sounds which are affricate sounds. There are 3 nasal sounds. There is one is a labiodental sound. There are 2 semi-vowels, and one is frictionless consonant. So this is the distribution of 24 sounds. Now, what is consonant? As earlier in the last video we defined vowel. So in the production of vowel sound, there is no obstacle to the air passage, or there is no blockage to the air passage. So, but in the consonant, in the production of consonants, we have to study the articulation of the consonant sounds. When we produce some sound, there is either complete closure or partial closure to the air passage. That means we have 2 lungs, there is a windpipe, and the air is sent through the windpipe into our mouth cavity. So when the air enters in the mouth cavity, sometimes there is complete closure, sometimes there is partial closure. For example, you take the example P, the air is obstructed, the air is blocked completely. But when we say F, the air is not completely blocked. There is a partial, we can say, blockage. And this air when there is the contact of the 2 articulators. In the last video, I also explained what is articulators. Articulators means nothing else but the speech organs. For example, tongue, teeth, lips, or vocal cords, the lungs. These are the different organs of speech, or they are known as the articulators. Some are active articulators, while some are passive articulators. So when 2 articulators comes together, there is either complete or partial closure, and sometimes there is a we can say pressure is built due to the obstruction or to the blockage to the air passage or air stream which comes from the lungs to the windpipe. And the last position, you see, to create a sound, air is needed. So air is supplied by two lungs through the wind. It enters in our mouth. Sometimes there is complete closure, sometimes there is narrow or partial closure. Then the different articulators comes together, and the pressure is built, and at the release, or we can say when the two articulators are separated, the air comes out with making audible sound, or we can say sometime hissing sound. So sound is made. In short, we can say the difference between the vowel and the consonant. In the production of vowel, there is no obstruction to the air passage which comes from the lung through the windpipe. But in the production of consonant sound, there is closure to the air passage, and when the articulators are separated, it makes friction or it makes sound. So this is the main difference. Okay. So far as the vowels are concerned, all vowels are voiced sounds, but in case of consonants may be voiced or may be voiceless. So consonant may be aspirated, may be unaspirated. What is this aspiration? So this is also one of the interesting feature of English. So for example, top, top. We usually pronounce the word top, but sounds p, t, k, for example, p, t, k, when they comes at the initial stage. Initial means at the beginning, we can say. At the beginning, p, b, t, they are aspirated. P becomes p, t becomes t, and k becomes k. For example, PACK, pack. But P stands at the initial position. So at the initial position, P is aspirated. So we have to pronounce this word as pack and not pack. Or TALK, talk. We pronounce the word as talk. But T comes at the initial position. So here, initial position, T is aspirated. So we have to say talk and not talk. So these are some of the interesting features of these consonants. As earlier I said that the consonants can be studied under different heads: place of articulation, manner of articulation. Now the second way how we have to differentiate the consonants according to voiced and voiceless sounds. So what is this voiced sound and voiceless sounds? The vocal cords, which I have already explained to you in the last video, that is about vocal cords. Vocal cords are loosely, we can say, held together, and the pressure of the air which comes from the lungs, it makes these vocal cords open and close rapidly, and this is known as vibration. Just you put your fingers on your throat and utter some words, you will notice or you'll observe vibration at the throat, and this vibration is the vibration of vocal cords. Okay, and when there is vibration, the sound is known as vibration, and when the sound is articulated without vibration, it is known as voiceless or breathless sound. So this is the main difference. When the vocal cord vibrate, the sound is known as voiced sound, and when there is no vibration of vocal cords, the sound is known as voiceless sound. So in English RP, there are 15 voiced sounds and 9 are voiceless sounds. While studying the consonants, you will notice this thing that which are the 15 and which are the 9. Okay, now I come to the first type, that is according to the manner of articulation. We can classify the sounds under different heads, and the first head which we are going to study, that is plosive sound. So the plosive sound or the plosive consonant is also known as stop, S-T-O-P, or it is so there are 6 plosive sounds in a British RP, and which are they? Here, P, B, T, D, K and G. So in short we can say there are 6 plosive sounds, and among these 6, the 3 are voiced sounds and the remaining 3 are voiceless sounds. P, T, K are known as voiceless sound, while B, D, G are known as voiced sounds. So let us see what is plosive sound. That is, the air from our lungs through the windpipe enters in our mouth cavity, and it is blocked by the two different articulators, and there is a complete closure, not partial closure, complete closure to the air passage, and the pressure is built in the mouth. And when the two articulators are separated, when these articulators are separated, the air escapes with explosion. The sounds are known as plosive sounds. So these 6 are known as plosive sounds: P, B, T, D, K and G. So these are the symbols. This is serial number. You notice here that I have written 24 in total consonants. Here in the second column, the symbols are, that is IPA symbol, International Phonetic Symbols are given. That is, first is P as in top. So sound can occur at the initial stage, at the middle stage, or at the final stage. In the first example, TOP, top, P sound comes at takes the last position or final position. So it is written with different color chalk. The second one is B in big. So B here comes at the initial stage. Then the third one is T sound, T in top. So T comes at the initial position. The next one symbol is D. D as in dog. So in our word dog, D sound comes at it takes the initial position. The next sound is K. Spelling is K, but the pronunciation is K. So here the word cat, C-A-T, means C, letter C indicates sound K. Sometimes K indicates sound K, sometimes C indicates sound K. Okay. Next one is, this is a symbol of G. G as in flag, F-L-A-G, flag. G sound come here, takes the final position or last position. So here these 6 are known as the plosive sounds. Among these plosive sounds, the P is called voiceless bilabial plosive, because you studied what is plosive sound, and you also studied what is bilabial sound. Bilabial sound means the sounds which is created, which is produced or articulated by two lips. For example, p, with the help of our two lips, or b means two lips. These two articulators plays a vital role, and the air is blocked and then it is released with sound p. Okay, so p is called voiceless bilabial plosive, while b is called voiced bilabial plosive. T is called voiceless alveolar plosive, while d is known as voiced alveolar plosive. K is known as voiceless velar plosive, while G is called voiced velar plosive, because you studied what is velar sound, that is back of the tongue. It is against the soft palate. When you pronounce the word G, you see which two articulators comes together and they make the pressure of it. So this is the first group, that is the 6 of plosive sounds. Now I come to the next classification of sound. This is, we are studying the classification of these sounds. So they are known as the fricative sounds. So the next group, that is, they are 9 up to F. This is symbol F. This is F in leaf. Leaf. F comes at the final position or last position. V in leaf, final position. This is Th in think. Th comes initial position. This is the, as in die. The comes, die means your. So the sound comes initial position. The sound can take initial position, middle position, or the final position. Here I give you one example only. The next sound is this. This is the symbol of S. So as in racer. So here letter C indicates the sound S. It takes the middle position. The next sound is Z. Z in Jeel. So Z takes the initial position. Okay. The next sound, fricative sound is, this is sh. This is the symbol of sh, as in sheet. Sheet. So here sh, letter sh indicates the sound sh and takes the initial position. This is the next fricative sound, that is j, as in vision. Vision. So this is spelling si, indicates the letter, the sound j. And the next one is h. This is the symbol of h, as in hit. But one more thing you have to remember, that h sound never comes at the final position. It can come at the initial position. It can take the initial position or at the middle position. So these are the 9 sounds. Those are known as fricative sounds. The first 6 are plosive sounds. The next 9 are called fricative sounds. As far as F is concerned, it is voiceless labiodental fricative. Now you studied here what is labiodental sound, while V is voiced labiodental fricative, means voiced and voiceless. Th is voiceless dental fricative. Th. So what is dental? That is the tip of the tongue against the upper teeth. Okay. The next sound is the. The is called voiced dental fricative. The next sound is s, and s is voiceless alveolar fricative, while z is known as voiced voiceless alveolar fricative. The next sound is z, as in Jill. It is voiced alveolar fricative, while sh is known as voiceless palatoalveolar fricative. J is known as the voiced palatoalveolar fricative, while h is known as voiceless glottal fricative. So don't bother about these new words, because you are going to study them in detail at F.Y.B.A. Okay, this is the only introduction of sounds to in the first semester for the F.Y.B.A. General English. Okay, the next sound is known as, this is the symbol. The symbol is, this is ch and this is j. So this ch in church and j in judge. So here in the word judge, j stands at the initial position as well as the final position even also. And these two sounds are known as affricate sound, and which is the combination of plosive and fricative sounds. That means it begins with the plosive sound and it ends with the fricative sounds. Okay, so far as ch is concerned, it is voiceless palatoalveolar affricate, while the j sound is voiced palatoalveolar affricate. So next sounds, the three which are we are going to study, that is m, n and n. So these are the three sounds. These three sounds are known as nasal sound. So what is nasal sound? Again, the air through the windpipe enters in the mouth cavity, and the air, when the two articulators come together, the air instead of releasing through the mouth, it enters through the nose cavity or nasal cavity. Okay, sometimes the mouth is closed, sometimes mouth is open. Just pronounce m. There is a we can say closure of two lips, and the air passes through the nose, and so they are known as nasal sound. M as in man, m sound takes the initial position. In the n, this is n symbol, n, IPA symbol n. Now it is at the initial position. Or in sing, S-I-N-G. This I-N-G means pronounce the word. It is not no. So this is the symbol of Okay. So these three are the nasal sounds in English. As far as the three term labels are concerned, m is called voiced bilabial nasal, while n is called voiced alveolar nasal, and the last n is called voiced velar nasal sounds in English. Now we have studied 20 sounds. Now the 4 sounds are remain, and which are they? This one is known as, this is a symbol of lateral sound, and there is only one lateral sound in English, and that is L. It is voiced sound. Okay, it is voiced sound. When we pronounce the word, for example, bottle, cattle, so the final L is called. We never pronounce it. The articulars never separated at the final position, and this is known as the lateral sound. Okay, the 22 and 23 numbers, they are known as semi-vowels. So they are, again, the semi-vowels are also the voiced sounds. They are neither consonant nor vowel in between them. And the last one is, that is R. It is the frictionless consonant. That is, again, there are the different types of R. For example, I'd like to give you example. R and R. So again, there is a, we can say, rapid vibration of sound. R or R. For example, rat, frog. Okay. Now, here, this part, that is classification and phonetic symbols is over. And the last part which we are going to study, that is transcription. Here I will take some examples. Okay, so this is a simple example. I would like to define only 2 to 3 examples which will make you understand you what is transcription. For example, CAT. This word is pronounced as cat. So at the last video, I told you these are known as the diagonal lines. So the phonetic transcription is always written between the diagonal lines. So the first sound is K, the second sound is A, and the third sound is T. So see the symbols here, K, A, and T. This K is consonant. This A, at the last video we saw, A is a vowel. Again, T is a consonant. It means in word cat, the structure is in CV, because in the examination you have to write one question, that is question number 5 is related to make the phonetic transcription and write it in CV manner. So what is this CV manner? C means consonant and V means vowel. So here K is consonant, A is a vowel, and again T is a consonant. So CVC. Okay, CVC. Take the another example. For example, this is I. We pronounce it as I. But what is the transcription? If you see in the standard dictionary, the transcription of this I, you find such symbols. And this is a diphthong. It is not I, and not I. It is I. Or sometimes you heard the word oral. So oral examination. Actually, it is not oral. It is A, R, and L. This is A, this is R, this is A, this is L. This is vowel, R is consonant, A is vowel, L is consonant. So VC, VC. So we have this structure, or this. Generally we pronounce this word as this. Or take, we use sometime you heard these words, how the people are pronouncing the word, and if you check them in dictionary, you'll find the different, we can say, pronunciation. For example, market. It is not market, it is market. Market and not market. It is not garage, but garage. Not we can say secret, but secret. secret. Why? Not why. It is why. Or we say college. It is not college. It is college. College. So k is aspirated and it is college. Or toy, not toy. So make the practice of transcription, which will be helpful to you how to understand the correct pronunciation of the word. It will help to improve your you can say vocabulary as well as your spoken skills of using English. So take the help of the standard dictionary, that is Advanced Learners Dictionary or Oxford Dictionary. So here is the end of my last topic, that is transcription. Thank you very much.